Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and let them take from me a portion. From every man whose heart motivates him, you shall take my portion. This is the portion that you shall take from them: gold, silver, and copper, and turquoise, purple, and scarlet wool, linen and goat hair, red-dyed ram skins, tahash skins, acacia wood, oil for illumination, spices for the anointment oil, and the aromatic incense, shaham stones, and stones for the settings, for the ephod and the breastplate. They shall make me a sanctuary. They shall make a sanctuary for me, so that I may dwell among them. Like everything that I show you, the form of the tabernacle and the form of all its vessels, and so shall you do. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits its length, and 1.5 cubits its width, and 1.5 cubits its height. You shall cover it with pure gold, from within and from without shall you cover it. And you shall make on it a gold crown all around. You shall cast for it 4 rings of gold, and place them on its 4 corners, 2 rings on its one side, and 2 rings on its second side. You shall make staves of acacia wood, and cover them with gold, and insert the staves in the rings on the side of the ark, with which to carry the ark. The staves shall remain in the rings of the ark, they may not be removed from it. You shall place in the ark the testimonial tablets that I shall give you. You shall make a cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits its length, and 1.5 cubits its width. You shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Hammered out shall you make them, from both ends of the cover. You shall make 1 cherub from the end at one side, and 1 cherub from the end at the other. From the cover shall you make the cherubim at its 2 ends. The cherubim shall be with wings spread upward, sheltering the cover with their wings, with their faces toward one another. Toward the cover shall be the faces of the cherubim. You shall place the cover on the ark from above, and into the ark shall you place the testimonial tablets that I shall give you. It is there that I will set my meetings with you, and I shall speak with you from atop the cover, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimonial tablets, everything that I shall command you to the children of Israel. You shall make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits its length, 1 cubit its width, and 1.5 cubits its height. You shall cover it with pure gold, and you shall make for it a gold crown all around. You shall make for it a molding of 1 handbreadth all around, and you shall make a gold crown on the molding all around. You shall make it 4 rings of gold, and place the rings upon the 4 corners of its 4 legs. The rings shall be opposite the molding, as housing for staves to carry the table. You shall make the staves of acacia wood, and cover them with gold, and the table shall be carried through them. You shall make its dishes, its spoons, its shelving tubes, and its pillars, with which it shall be covered of pure gold, shall you make them. On the table shall you place showbread before me always. You shall make a menorah of pure gold. Hammered out shall the menorah be made. Its base, its shaft, its cups, its knobs, and its blossoms shall be hammered from it. 6 branches shall emerge from its side, 3 branches of the menorah from its one side, and 3 branches of the menorah from its second side. 3 cups engraved like almonds on the one branch, a knob and a flower, and 3 cups engraved like almonds on the next branch, a knob and a flower. So for the 6 branches that emerge from the menorah, and on the menorah shall be 4 cups engraved like almonds, its knobs and its flowers. A knob shall be under 2 of the branches from it, a knob under 2 of the branches from it, and a knob under 2 of the branches from it, for the 6 branches emerging from the menorah. The knobs and branches shall be of it, all of it a single hammered piece of pure gold. You shall make its lamps 7. He shall kindle its lamps so as to give light toward its face. Its tongs and its spoons shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it with all these vessels. See and make according to their form that you are shown on the mountain. You shall make the tabernacle of 10 curtains. linen twisted with turquoise, purple, and scarlet wool, and a woven design of cherubim shall you make them. The length of a single curtain 28 cubits, and the width of 4 cubits for each curtain, the same measure for all the curtains. 5 curtains shall be attached to one another, and 5 curtains attached to one another. You shall make loops of turquoise wool at the edge of the single curtain at the end of one set, and you shall make the same on the edge of the outermost curtain on the second set. 50 loops shall you make on the first curtain, and 50 loops shall you make on the end of the curtain that is on the second set. The loops shall correspond to one another. You shall make 50 hooks of gold, and you shall attach the curtains to one another with the hooks, so that the tabernacle shall become one. You shall make curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains shall you make them. The length of a single curtain 30 cubits, and the width of a single curtain 4 cubits. The same measure for the 11 curtains. You shall attach 5 of the curtains separately, and 6 of the curtains separately. And you shall fold the 6th curtain over the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the first curtain at the end of one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain of the second set. You shall make 50 hooks of copper. You shall bring the hooks into the loops and attach the tent so that it shall become one. As for the extra overhang of the curtains of the tent, half of the extra curtain shall hang over the back of the tabernacle, and the cubit on one side and the cubit on the other side, that are extra in length of the curtains of the tent, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on one side and the other to cover it. You shall make a cover for the tent of red-dyed ram skins, and a cover of tahish skins above. You shall make the planks of the tabernacle of acacia wood, standing erect, 10 cubits the length of each plank, and a cubit and a half the width of each plank. Each plank shall have 2 tenons parallel to one another. So shall you do for all the planks of the tabernacle. You shall make planks of the tabernacle, 20 planks for the south side. You shall make 40 silver sockets under the 20 planks, 2 sockets under one plank for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under the next plank for its 2 tenons. For the second wall of the tabernacle on the north side, 20 planks. There 40 silver sockets, 2 sockets under one plank, and 2 sockets under the next plank. For the back of the tabernacle on the west you shall make 6 planks. You shall make 2 planks for the corner of the tabernacle in the back. They shall be even at the top, and together they shall match at its top, for a single ring. So shall it be for them both. For the 2 corners shall they be. There shall be 8 planks, and their silver sockets, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one plank, and 2 sockets under the next plank. You shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the planks on one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the planks on the second side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the planks of the tabernacle side at the back on the west. The middle bar inside the planks shall extend from end to end. You shall cover the planks with gold, and its rings shall you make of gold as housing for bars, and you shall cover the bars with gold. You shall erect the tabernacle according to its manner, as you will have been shown on the mountain. You shall make a partition of turquoise, purple, and scarlet wool, and linen twisted, a weaver's craft he shall make it, with a woven design of cherubim. You shall place it upon 4 pillars of acacia wood, plated with gold, with hooks of gold, upon 4 silver sockets. You shall put the partition under the hooks. You shall bring there inside the partition the ark of the testimonial tablets, and the partition shall separate for you between the holy and the holy of holies. You shall put the cover of the ark of the testimonial tablets in the holy of holies. You shall place the table outside the partition, and the menorah opposite the table on the south side of the tabernacle, and the table you shall place on the north side. You shall make a screen for the entrance of the tent of turquoise, purple, and scarlet wool, and twisted linen, all embroiderer's craft. You shall make for the screen 5 pillars of acacia wood, and cover them with gold, and their hooks shall be gold, and you shall cast for them 5 sockets of copper. You shall make the altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits in length and 5 cubits in width. The altar shall be square, and 3 cubits its height. You shall make its horns on its 4 corners. From it shall its horns be, and you shall cover it with copper. You shall make its posts to clear its ashes, its shovels, its basins, its forks, and its fire pans. You shall make all its vessels of copper. You shall make for it a netting of copper meshwork, and make upon the meshwork 4 copper rings at its 4 edges. You shall place it under the surrounding border of the altar from below, and the meshwork shall go to the midpoint of the altar. You shall make staves for the altar, staves of acacia wood, and you shall plate them with copper. Its staff shall be brought into the rings, and the staff shall be on 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. Hollow of boards shall you make it, as you were shown on the mountain, so shall they do. You shall make the courtyard of the tabernacle on the south side, the lace hanging of the courtyard of twisted linen, 100 cubits long for one side, and its pillars 20 and their sockets 20 of copper, the hooks of the pillars and their bands silver. So too for the north side in length, lace hangings 100 long, its pillars 20, and their sockets 20 of copper, the hooks of the pillars and their bands silver. The width of the courtyard on the west side, lace hanging of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. The width of the courtyard on the eastern side, 50 cubits, and 15 cubits of lace hanging on a shoulder, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And the second shoulder, 15 of lace hangings, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. At the gate of the courtyard, a screen of 20 cubits, turquoise, purple, and scarlet wool, and twisted linen, an embroiderer's craft, their pillars 4 and their sockets 4. All the pillars of the courtyard all around, banded with silver, their hooks of silver, and their sockets of copper. The length of the courtyard 100 cubits, the width 50 by 50, and the height 5 cubits of twisted linen, and their sockets of copper. All the vessels of the tabernacle, for all its labor, all its pegs, and all the pegs of the courtyard, copper.